Welcome to the second battle between Kalogero and Nantz. This time Kalogero is playing as the Egyptians, whilst Nantz is playing as the Macedonians. So Kalogero this time has chosen to downgrade his pikemen to the native pikemen, so they have less armor than the bronze pikemen. However, I can only see one royal pikeman from the Macedonians, so that is an advantage. The Egyptians have instead invested in having 2 slingers and 2 archers. So he's quite a formidable missile force here. We also have Galatian spearmen here and some Judean Tyrosi. These Judean Tyrosi are more armored than a regular Tyrosi, so that could be an advantage. We also have some Folksmen here. They have armor piercing. There is no elephants here available to the Macedonians, but otherwise this unit could have been very useful against that as well. Good charge though, and armor piercing weapons, so you can't be underestimating this unit. It lacks the javelins though of the Turiosi swordsman. The Egyptian general is a pike unit this time. And then he has like one elite shock cavalry unit, or melee cavalry, and then a lighter melee cavalry unit. That's Egypt's army. Macedon has 2 Greek javelin men, the sheep kind, 5 bronze pikes, then Tyrosi spears here on the flanks, and a Prodomoroi cavalry unit. This is a missile cavalry unit with javelins, and then a Thessalian cavalry. Thessalian cavalry is very cost effective for what it can do. It has diamond formation, which can make them quicker, and you also have your general's bodyguard, which is 200 men strong. The royal pikemen of the Macedonians are behind the Sarissa line. He wants to protect it from missile fire and maybe just wants to ward off against these elephants that Egypt has, as these elephants is something that the Macedonians will have difficulty encountering if they don't have missile troops. I will speed up here. Egypt has his pike line spread out, so it won't be as a solid line of pikes as the Macedonians have right now. But there's a good advantage here for the Egyptians because they have missile troops. The Macedonians don't really have them. These Egyptian archers should be focusing on killing off these javelin men, as if he gets rid of the javelins, then his own supporting troops will take less damage. It would be a less threat to the elephants and less of a threat to your cavalry, which would give you a good advantage. The slingers though are placed on this side, and that is the unshielded side of the Macedonians. So very well placed there. We'll have to see what they will do. These Agrianian axemen also have a bonus versus elephants. So both factions have tools to deal with the elephants. It's not like it's totally hopeless, but Macedon doesn't have elephants available to them. Doctrine-wise, it's quite similar between the factions. Egypt have a bit heavier troops available to them, like they have Roman legionnaires and all that, but they're also expensive, and you have to bring an elephant if it's available to you. You have to bring 5 pikemen. Otherwise, like if there wasn't for the rule maximum 5 pikemen, it's very rare that you see Sarissa pikemen in a successor kingdom fight. Like most players when I was active, like we did not use pikemen. The only really we did use was the short pikemen. So this rule tournament will make us use the Sarissa pikes. So the Tyrosi spears now hurling at each other. Macedonians are moving forward. They have better pikes, so they want to use it. The archers and slingers are shooting at the Agrianian axemen. He wants to lessen the damage to the elephants, I know that. But he should be using his archers on the javelin men, because these javelin men are now hurling at the Egyptian bowmen. I would probably have targeting either the pikemen of the Egyptians or try to hurl at the Egyptian general rather than shooting at the bowmen. Egypt suffered quite a lot here with his elite sacred squadron. His Prodomoroi is doing a good job here, but they're hurling at the Judean Tyreosi spearmen. Well, he did rout one of the archers here for... but Egypt is coming in here for a charge here against the spearmen of the Tyreosi. These Prodomoroi are now hurling. It's good counter here, like having the spearmen take the charge and then hurl javelins on the enemy cavalry. That's definitely a good strategy. Now, once the spearmen have been committed, the Agranian axemen are charging in, so they get a clean charge here on the spearmen. Yes, Macedon will be losing a couple of Agrianians, but nothing super scary yet. The Galatian spearmen, though, are butchering these Tyreosi spears. And these bowmen are now shooting at the Macedonian general. It will not damage them, this general, massively, but it will still be something that the Macedonians will have to take into consideration. These Tyreosi spears are now being routed. You have to charge in here. Charge in here. Pin this. Okay, they'll... never mind. Yeah. These elephants are on its way. These pikemen are being shot in frontally. These Agrianians axemen must be committed, because it's just a waste. And either go with these Agrianians and this cavalry to the side here and try to attack here, or just move one cavalry here and be defensive on the other side. Macedon is turning inwards. But the Tyreosi spears of the Macedonians are losing to these Galatians. You need to move these Agrianians to the side, or try to... you need to take this cavalry and the Agrianians to this side and try to counter this. Now the Agrianians are losing to the Galatians, and there's some Falksmen behind the Agrianians that can be used. The elephants are moving up now, and with their scare ability, that is enough to scare off these Agrianian axemen. And the Egyptians are now free to shoot this short pike unit from the side, unpunished. Agranians are now charging in here on the side, but Macedonian is turning inwards. Yeah, Egypt has spears available to them, and take the two cavalry units here. Everybody else is over here. regroup with these two rosy spearmen. Charge this unit with these, because these men are dropping. Like, these men are not being used, and they're losing men quite fast now. However, this Macedonian cavalry got caught out by the Egyptians. Charge. Oh. Yeah, that was too bad. He has to charge this unit. Attack with the Royal Pikemen, these mercenary spears. You need to remove the spearmen from the game. Like this battlefield. The Agrarians are getting attacked by the Volksmen, are losing. These bronze pikes are not being committed. You should try to commit here. Try to attack these pikemen. You need to free up more infantry units. You can't box up these missile troops having dominance. They're just firing volley after volley and hitting all your men. You can't box up. Yeah, now the Egyptians have elephants and the Macedonians are out of ammunition. That was a good charge. We need to target this Egyptian cavalry though. I think we're doing it with the Tarentines. I mean Thessalians. Charge! Could be a good charge there, and then the Macedonian generals can now intercept. But the Macedonian generals should be going towards this cavalry unit. Pop a scare on this cavalry unit and rout it. Yeah, Egypt is targeting the support infantry of the Macedonians. Almost like a square here. Almost. These Judean spears are gonna... He needs to intercept these troops. And send more bronze pikemen. And send the javelin men. Send everything that you can here to try to counter this threat. These javelin could be attacking this unit from the side, and that would be helpful. This unit could be moved up here to the side there, and then this unit could also be moved around to attack the rear of this. It would be unexpected that you flank with these poorer javelin men. They've done their part. They're poor, but it could be enough to demoralize the pike infantry of the Egyptians. one in melee defense is holding up this pike unit. Galatian spears have been routed. The Judean spears are wavering. That's really good. Make a scare ability on the Judeans, maybe. Okay, charge on charge. He's wavering there, good for them. This diamond formation and just charge here. It will lose it, but not much that can be done. We have taken out quite a few cavalry units, and the Egypt only has one cavalry unit left. No, two left. No, okay, that was the elephants. The Daeans are still moving up. The Macedonians infantry are now divided. Can the Macedonian general escape from this? Looks like he can. But there's not too few supporting infantry here. But it's good that he's charging in and trying to get fresh pikes into this fight and then keeping a reserve. But he's going to limit his numbers. This general needs to go back here to the side. He's trying to run back, reunite with his lines. It's not going to work. He needs to stand with this pike unit. Stand and flank now. There's only some bowmen, slingers here that have been used, so you need to stand here. Stand there, flank over here. This unit must commit. This unit must commit. And this your cavalry that is returning must come back to the fight. You also have a cavalry unit here in the background that could be used to turn the tide. The Macedonian general is wavering. He's being hunted down by the Sacred Squadron, so fortunately the general is not available to the Macedonians now, so now it's all infantry because these cavalry are not moving. Those cavalry been moving now, they could have been turning the tide. But there's some elephants that needs to be countered. All he can do, Macedon, is to pray. I don't see any cavalry units of his moving. And now the bronze pikes will rout. It doesn't require much to rout a pike unit. Macedonian infantry is in trouble, and I see no cavalry coming back for the Macedonians. Okay, now that it is Thessalian, but it's too late. So, good game to both players, but it's over now. Yeah, well done to... I did like that you had these Tereosi spears here on the side to help the cavalry. Good bracing, and then use your javelins here. Unfortunately, you didn't really like. Each had his slingers here. They fired at your royal pikemen, damaged it up very badly, and also like, yeah, like these troops are much better offensively. These Galatian spears and Judean spears, or are better than these Terusi spears. So you lack the support infantry. This cavalry are very good. They have javelins, they can hurt. You had a Thessalian cavalry, but in the end, the Egyptians overcame. They had much heavier cavalry than the Thessalians, but you did well overall. Uh, yeah, good game to both players. Thank you for watching. Bye.